So to become a leader, first you have to be noticed. Your work should speak for you.
How do you tell people the importance of the spirituality, the meditation, the calmness, and the patience in life?
When somebody comes to me, say, and stress is like, a big fad nowadays. If somebody says I'm stressed, it shows, oh, this person is doing a really big job. If somebody says I chill all the time, they'll say, oh, that means doesn't do anything.
Hello and welcome. I'm Hiteshi, and this is The Eminence, a podcast series by Evolve, the Personality Development Society of Shaheed Bhagat Singh Evening College. Podcast exploring to provide a platform for experts from different industries to share their experiences and wisdom with us. Our motive is to bring together experienced professionals to engage in insightful conversations on topics related to personality development. And today, we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Sujata Singhi. Ma'am, it's a pleasure to have you all on the show.
Thank you so much for having me joining you guys. Thank you.
She holds 5 doctorates in life skill education with specialization in sound therapy and NLP, in science and spirituality, and 1 DLET. She has trained and transformed medical associations, corporates, individuals, 5 lakh, more than 5 lakh people across the world in 25 years. She's a TEDx speaker and also an author of the renowned books and the bestseller books, including Power of Sound and Reclaim Your Riches. Ma'am, I'm already really excited to have this conversation with you. But before we jump into that, we would like to know more about you and your work experiences.
First of all, I would like to congratulate all of you at Evolve for coming together as youngsters, as youth, the torchbearers, to create this beautiful platform, and through your platform, transform many, many lives. So yes, it's a wonderful initiative taken by all of you, and heartiest congratulations and best wishes to all of you. My give to every person, to my audience always is, whatever I give is coming from a perspective of my understanding, from my research, but you always have a possibility to create from your end too. Because all human beings have a very beautiful intellectual mind. So evaluate, right? Don't go blindfolded. Understand, right? And that is how I become a spiritual scientist. I bring in science to the spirituality of the Indian systems, especially Indian, because we are the oldest culture, spiritual land of spirituality, the oldest culture and the rich culture we hold. I bring science to it. And when the youth listen to that, they feel, no, this is making sense now. Because what is making sense is well understood. What is shown to make sense, you should do this, but why? I don't know. That doesn't satisfy a person, right? Because we are not ones who will follow. We want an answer as to why we are doing what we are doing. Yeah, and that is the reason I had my research done and I became a spiritual scientist. So even my research continues today also, and I like doing it. It's become a part of me. So if you have to talk about like you said about my introduction, I would say I'm a learner. I learn with every breath because life doesn't stop teaching. And so I will not stop learning.
Yes, I hear you, ma'am. And I guess everyone should be like that only in life, that, they should be learners at every step of their life and they should never stop learning because there's always something new coming in their way and maybe they don't know that. So, yes, they should be exploring. Okay, ma'am. So, first, so moving on to question, let's just start with questions only, that we have a lot of questions for you. And so, since this is our first interaction with you and you are also meeting me or Divyansh or others for the first time, so there's a famous phrase that, the first impression is the last impression. And a lot of people believe in it. So, if I say personally, I don't believe in it. So, do you believe in the statement?
For me, the impression is never the last impression. Because now, suppose it, let me give you an example. If I have met a person at a party, okay, and I have a good experience with that person, next time I meet that person again somewhere else, right, then how would my behavior be? A good one, because my experience has been good, okay? And on the other hand, if I have met a person who has not given me a good experience, next time I meet, I'm not going to have a good experience. What is the underlying thing? Probably That person had a bad day, right? And that is how it radiated. So next time when I meet, I should not carry that baggage with me, right? So I say, I don't believe in the first impression is the last impression. I believe every impression is a good impression, a fresh impression.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I really understand and I really agree with you. That's the same opinion I also have. And that's why I really thought, people really need this clarity on this phrase, because people take it as it is. And people are like, first impression will be last impression, and then start being judgmental of that first impression. And just, so yeah, that was really good to hear from you, ma'am. Ma'am, but like you were extending upon that, you were talking about this self approval, and we don't need social validation. But it's maybe, I feel like we all feel that, it's because they are the people which mean something to us, and that's why their opinions actually affect us. Also, like talking about, there's always a lesson in something, but there'll be people, who will bring your past mistakes in front of you always, and that's why, which actually makes the self confidence of people really low. So how do you suggest our youth only to deal with such situations?
So when I was talking about self-approval, now I can tell you the example of a person. Okay, this is a person whom I know very closely. It's a personal story. So this person uh, appeared for the IIT mains, stood in the first 200, and got into the best of the IITs, Mumbai. Everything was fine. The family was happy. But the person stood up and he said, no, I want to become a scientist. I want to study pure physics. I don't want to go to IIT. So you know how the whole family would have been, that, oh, what is this? What is this boy telling? He wants to go into research. Research is, 10, 15 years, you'll be doing research. And what is the outcome? We don't know, because once you're out of a big premium institute, then you get a good job and you're settled. And at least in 5, 6 years, you're going to be settled. But if you're in research, we don't know, 10, 12 years, how many it will be. So it was whole chaos in the family. But the boy stood up and he said, no, I want to do it. And you won't believe it, he got admission into one of the most premium institution of research and development of India, which is directly by the central government. It's called the ISER. He got into it, beautiful, sprawling, the whole campus is beautiful. All the teachers, professors are all scientists from across the world, from Harvard and from Stanford. They get connects to all of these people. And this father, when he goes there, and the boy took the admission. He was very clear about it. He took the admission. And his father goes to meet him. And the next time he says, this is the best decision my son could have ever taken. So this is an example which happened recently, this 2 months ago, not even 2 months. It's just some time, few days back, he was sharing all this with me. So when I talk about the self-approval and external approval, you should be having a higher purpose than what the environment is having for you. That is very important. Okay, so when you do this, the society, the family, the people whom you love are going to be very proud of you. But if your purpose is lower than what benchmark they are having, which they fail to understand, that is not the purpose I'm telling you. Self-approval is always on a higher order.
Okay, ma'am. So moving on, like since the placement season is arriving, and a lot of students are going to enter their corporate lives, but today's world where we see that students are really getting intolerant and impatient, especially for a negative criticism or a negative opinion. So how do you tell people or students to intake or react to such negative situations, or like negative criticism, especially like considering we are going to face it in our corporate lives?
Now, anybody criticizing you, the first thing according to me is that person has taken so much of pain to go in detail about you to find out what to criticize about you. Okay. So first salute that person. That means you're so important. Understand this thing. You're so important that that person has done the research about you to find out a point where they can criticize you. So pat yourself. Okay. So, and the second thing, when a person criticizes a person on the face, take it as a constructive thing for you to think about. Getting it? What happens is, basically what happens, a person, now supposedly I have to speak something bad about somebody, that means I want to hurt that person. Clear? Or I want to put the confidence of that person low. But if you understand that how important you are, and when you're facing that criticism, you can say, okay, this person's perspective is this. That is, next time I have to do things in this way. So take it constructive as to what you can do out of it. Every criticism or every challenge is a blessing in disguise. But how to understand that, like I told you, that you are so important, that the person has invested that. Okay?
But then people won't think us as very self-centered or very selfish kind of in people and not thinking about them.
No, nothing is selfish. See, one thing is very clear. You are the CEO of your life. Okay, and how you want to drive it is in your hands. If you choose to drive it on a positive path and see light even in the darkness, it is your choice. Right? Do you understand this concept? So yes. This is the choice you're making, right? And if somebody wants to think that you're very self-centered, it means that person wants your attention. You have to understand everything. There again, you're becoming very important because they want your attention. So at the end of the day, you are most important.
Yes.
So as human beings, we have to understand that good, bad, ugly. Okay, what is the next option again? Good, bad, ugly. There's nothing beyond ugly, right? So the circle is again good. So why not choose from ugly, turn it to good? From criticism, turn it to appreciation. It's all in your choice.
Yeah, like your whole idea of things just told me about, made me an understanding about how interdependency of things are there into each and every incident. And it's more about the outlook, what we perceive at, and not about people, or not people you don't really even care for. So yes. Okay, ma'am. So moving on, we were talking about all these things. Ma'am, when we were going through your past work, we realized that you talk a lot about life and the art of living it, even in your TEDx episode. And we see and listen to you on these platforms, and we feel like, oh, it is so nice. It is so relaxing and easygoing. Is it really even that easy and achievable to achieve that inner peace provided in what kind of an hectic and fast going environment we today live in? Like, as we students, if I tell you, we only take so much pressure of things, like there's so much competition, there's so much other stuff.
One thing which I say, like you're telling, I look so much at ease. Right now also I'm at ease. Right? So it is only because I'm centered within myself. Don't get distracted by your environment. Right? And one way to center is meditation. So, and especially the youth of today, like recently I've had like many youth together having sessions on meditation. I teach meditation, how to meditate, right? And how to understand yourself. The core is very important. And all the time, the world is distracting us in different forms. It could be the digital media. There you find so much competition, this many likes, this many shares, this many retweets. Oh, I didn't get so many. Again, a point of stress, right? So what is happening continuously? We're wiring our mind into thinking that if so and so target is achieved, I'm happy. If I'm getting a dislike, I'm not happy. So we are keeping benchmarks. Instead of that, why not we keep a benchmark and see how happy was I today with myself? How happy was I yesterday with myself, right? So if we cut out all these aspects in life and center ourselves, you will be at ease wherever you are. Whether you are on a, like even if I'm speaking at the universities, or if I'm speaking at the TEDx, or wherever I am, I'm the same, because I know it's me who is going there. I'm not going to get distracted. And when you become that is your persona and personality. Both of this, if they merge, you become you. You're not there to please anybody. Everybody gets pleased because you are the true you there. Problems come in when we wear a mask, right? So in that, when you start wearing a mask, then you're always scared that where my true self will be seen or where my vulnerabilities will be seen. It's okay. The whole world is the same. You're angry, you're sad, you're sad. You're happy, that's it. Have you ever seen a person who's very happy and who's very sad, crying and then laughing at the same time? No. All humans, we all have same emotions around the world. We have all the same kind of relationships, but how we handle them, how we keep our personality and persona in place, in sync, without getting distracted, makes you peaceful, makes you happy, makes you comfortable. And when a person is peaceful, happy, comfortable, they connect to anybody very smoothly, because there is no mask, there's nothing else, there's no ego at play, and there's no judgment there. There is nothing. You are as you are. You like it, fine. If you don't like it, your problem. Right? But then there will never be a problem, because when a person is coming from a space that you like, it's okay. If you don't like it, it's also okay. They feel that, no, we cannot afford to not like, we better like, because they feel comfortable. Right? So a person has to be in sync with the person, personality and persona, and never live with a mask.
Yes, I do understand. Like the being the true self in this world is actually very important if you actually want to achieve something. So, mom, one thing, like we have, as we have already discussed about this self doubt, this decision making issues. There are plenty of students who feel that because of these reasons they are incapable of especially leadership roles. Why? How do you see, like what do you think, the key elements of a leader should be?
A leader first should be true to himself or herself. They should know, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are the opportunities, what are the threats, the SWOT analysis. Just do that. Secondly, the person should know what is his risk-taking capacity, the risk-bearing capacity, RBC. Understand that. What is my risk-bearing capacity? The third thing is, how is my connectivity to myself and others? Because a leader is all about bearing his truth unabashedly to his team, and the team taking an inspiration from them, right? So these three things is very, very important as a character of a leader. Traits are different. These are the characters of the leader. Now the traits will come in as, what if there is a good strength which is going to help the whole team? Then allow it to boost. If there is a weakness which needs to be boosted, be ready to be a learner. If there is an opportunity which comes in to see that the whole team is going to grow, then the leader has to see that he takes up that opportunities. Because leadership is all about the team and not about the leader himself. We have to understand one thing. Leadership is not a role where we say that I am the leader, so what I say comes in, what I do comes in. No, leadership means you are working for the team. You are the binding factor of the team. Like it was very beautifully said that the leader is one who walks in the dark with the torchlight behind his head so that the team can see and follow, right? So a leader has to understand one thing very clearly, that he has to be very clear with his vision and his mission. Goals should be clear, especially with students. The goal should be clear. Understand the strength. Do the same SWOT analysis for your team members and allow them to take leadership by their competencies. A person may be very good with technology, a person may be very good with communication, a person may be very good with analysis. Whatever it is, allow them to take leadership in their own roles. This way, the leader will create more leaders, because a good leader always creates more leaders. And one very important thing about the leader is, when there is a success, always give the credits to your team. And if there is a failure, take it as a crown on your head. That is, wear the crown of thorns on your head when there is a failure. If a leader is ready to do that, you are a good leader.
I understand. Like your last line was really, like, really touched me. Like I could understand that thing. Okay, so coming, like, okay, extension on that only, if I would ask. So what happens when best way to actually implement those like to get into those leadership roles is actually to implement those things now, like to implement in a real practical life, so that you can face your fears. But don't you think that people will actually be hesitant to give such people opportunities only for the leadership role, knowing that this person is really not certain about decision making, or may not be very good at like quick decision making or certainty? So how those children or students can deal with such situations which are not able to get opportunities only because people don't have trust in them?
So to become a leader, first you have to be noticed. Your work should speak for you. So even if it is a small project, even if it is a small venture, take a leadership role and see to it that you get noticed by the people whom you want to notice you. Okay, that is very important. It is not that somebody is going to come with a nice platform and tell you, okay, you are the leader. Life is not like that. You have to showcase your leadership in such a way that the people whom you feel should give you an opportunity will understand and come to you, and you can become a part of it. So always create something to showcase. And for that, your passion, mission, and vision should be very clear.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, I hear you definitely. So, ma'am, as so many things are going on, like again, I don't know you know this or not, but as we students have a really bad sleep schedule and cycle, and it's not like we don't try to resolve it. We do try to, but then these exam days come, important days come, and even like a normal days come, and we are unable to do so. So, what suggestions do you have to get like quality sleep or productivity in your life, in despite of having these kind of an issues with sleep and other things?
Success is always proportional to your discipline. Yeah. So if you want success in life, one, I'll give you 3 rules. First is discipline. Second is discipline. And third is discipline. There is nothing else but discipline. Right? Discipline is always difficult. The other side of discipline is always difficult because we are used to having various opportunities of spending time rather than doing the most important things of our life. Sleep is very important. That is the time when we regenerate all our cells. And when we wake up fresh, we think better, we work better, our productivity goes high. And sleep is not good the other way around. But if you are not in discipline, the 3 rules which I said, which all are discipline, we have to face the tunes of what you are facing right now. Now, I know that because I have a son who's 24-year-old, and he being a musician, he's a music composer and producer. For him, it is day is night and night is day, right? So complete nocturnal. And for me, it was always good sleep for straight 7 hours, and I'm fresh and working. But now things are like a little different. But we have to understand that every profession will have their own disciplines. Okay, we have to understand that thing also. So creative people, we cannot push them to tell that you have to sleep at 10, wake up at 4. They will wonder, when do I work? Because that is a working time. Correct? So we have to understand that every profession will have its own disciplines. Follow those disciplines. And yes, if a person is able to get a good night's sleep, they will definitely become very productive at night. And during the pandemic, I would like to share this. Many people have faced this issue of insomnia. Many people have faced this issue of, everything has gone topsy-turvy. They don't know when they wake up, when they sleep, and work from home is added on to it with very less discipline. So one of my work which I was doing with regards to sound. So I happened to record one for immunity boosting in November 2019. And I had no idea that the pandemic would be coming. It was in Jan when there was first outbreak in China, and this whole thing came up. And many people came to me that we cannot sleep. Sleepless nights, especially in the month of April 2020. Sleepless nights, then with children. So I just told them, use my recording. Then I put it up on YouTube. It was supposed to go in an app, a paid app. Then I said, the world needs it, so I better give it on my YouTube and everybody can use it. So you won't believe it. It has become like next to medicine now. There are thousands of people across the world who have used it, including cancer patients. And it's also referred by few of the therapists around the world to use my link so that they can get better. So one small thing which I had done it for my own work has turned out to be like this. So I guess all the people who are not able to sleep, like you said, you do try to sleep, but you do not get sleep. So you can listen to that recording. The link is there on my YouTube channel. They can go there and they see it's an immunity booster for insomnia and for depression. So you can use that and get sleep. But yes, discipline is the answer to that. Try till you succeed. Don't give up, because health is wealth. End of the day, health is wealth. And if you do not have a good relationship with your own mind and body, you will not be able to be productive. And to get that relationship, you need to sleep well. Right? So do sleep well with discipline.
Mom, I guess you have mentioned a couple of times that you won't believe, but I guess I totally believe you, whatever you said, and I'm understanding that as well. So, mom, following on, like, as you promote and follow spirituality, and it has been a part of our culture since ancient times. So in today's world, when everything is so fast moving and so technology based and so much stress and there's so much hectic next in lives of people, how do you tell people the importance of the spirituality, the meditation, the calmness, and the patience in life, and how to achieve that as well?
So the first thing which works in life is your belief. Like you said, I have told twice you won't believe. The reason is because I didn't believe that it would be so much, it would go so big. That's the reason I said you won't believe. But yes, now I believe. Okay, now why does a person have stress? First question. If the person is not in the present, is either thinking of the past or worrying about the future. That is where stress comes in. Okay. So when somebody comes to me, say, and stress is like, a big fad nowadays. If somebody says I'm stressed, it shows, oh, this person is doing a really big job. If somebody says I chill all the time, they'll say, oh, that means doesn't do anything. This is a common definition of life now, which is very sad. Actually, we should all be telling anybody asks what I do, I'm enjoying life. That should be the word, but it's, oh, I'm so stressed. And that is one thing which puts me off. I'm wondering, then why are you living? Right? So life is all about the memories, the experiences you have, right? So the biggest problem is we are always constantly thinking about the future, especially the youth. They do not know that today what they have is so beautiful because it's called a present, right? So just enjoy that. They do not understand that and always think about the future. Will I get a job? Will I be successful? What will people think about me? If there is no girlfriend, will I get a girlfriend? If there's no boyfriend, will I get a boyfriend? Will it be a good relationship? I would just ask one thing. If you are not happy with yourself, how can you expect somebody else to be happy with you? If you don't enjoy your own company, how can you expect somebody else to enjoy your company? Right? So to bring the mind to the present, it is very important to understand the concept of meditation. Right? Because when you meditate, you are basically trying to, initially meditation is trying, okay? I'll use the word trying. You are trying to center yourself. Because if I have to ask a person a simple question, they will give the most complicated answer, because this world has become that if there is something which is not understood by somebody, that is intelligence. Right? But we have to understand one thing, the simpler your life is, the simpler your words are, the simpler your aspirations are, and clearer they are, easier is your life, smoother is your life. Right? All big dreams can be conquered provided you know what you are doing, you're clear about what you are doing, and you're doing it in the present. So don't let go of your present. That is where spirituality comes in. in the first step is meditation. So there are many, many students in various colleges, universities where I've taught this concept, that understand that meditation is not something that you go to the Himalayas and do it. It is nothing of that sort. Wherever you are, make your work your meditation. Understand the concepts of meditation in whatever you do. Now, right now we are speaking. Are we not focusing only on what we are speaking? What is meditation? It's a focus. Are we thinking about the future? No. Are we thinking about the past? No. We are only thinking about the present. So let there be meditation in everything you do. And how to do is taught in the workshops which I take, because those are like 2-day sessions, 3-day session, life transforming sessions. But definitely I would say this is the answer to human beings living a life on earth. Or you will only be sitting in your rocking chair at 80 and thinking, where did my life go?
I understand.
So live in the present with awareness.
I completely agree, and will definitely try to implement and follow it as well with discipline. So I guess that's all from my side. All the questions I had, and lot of clarity about a lot of concepts that I wanted. So, any last thing you want to address to our audience in general or as in whole about everything? Anything you want to say at last?
So as we all know that India is the emerging leader now, and the flag lies in the hands of the youth. So I would like to tell one thing, that if you want to see the change, try to be the change first. As it's rightly said by Gandhiji, be the change you want to see. So if you become the change, I think you will be able to have not just a better life for yourself, but also to your families, communities, societies, nation, and the world. So I guess it's very important that all of you now start being happy with yourself. It's very important. And once you're happy with yourself, with what you have, move from the blame game to the outcome frame. It is not about from where you come. It is about where you go from here. And that is what will make you. So what you make is, remember, you are the CEO of your life. So take charge with discipline, be the change, and enjoy life. You have the power.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. So I believe that marks the end of this incredible episode of Eminence. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this lovely conversation. It has been absolute pleasure to have you here as our esteemed speaker. Your eloquence and ability to articulate these so many complex ideas will definitely captivate our audience and leave them motivated and inspired. And I really could resonate with your ideas and thoughts deeply. It was an honor for me as well to host you. And thank you, viewers, for staying with us throughout. We hope you liked the video. Also, if you have any questions or any query, you can comment down below and we can ask them to our future guests so that you can get the best answers out of our experts. So stay tuned for the similar content as well in the future. And also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also follow Dr. Sujata ma'am on her Instagram handle, on her Twitter handles, and other social media handles as well, for so much insightful knowledge in the future as well. Thank you so much and have a great day.